Happy Friday, team. Welcome back to this 15-minute session. Welcome, Patrick.
Welcome, everyone. Today is Friday the 13th.
13th, yes.
So, happy Friday. So I would say let's go. We have only 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's go with the disclaimer first. All right. So what we're going to do today, we're going to look at some levels, look at some data coming from our screeners, there's some interesting insights, and then answer any question you might have. So from what you can see from the screen, we start with ES, so S&P 500 futures. These are the levels for the morning, and as we can see, we have a nice consolidation through the night on the core resistance level here, and now we are adding also the blind spots. We are finding support around this level, and then obviously we have our JAX2 blind spot 3 level right here. Then we can look at this area around here as well, and then we have obviously our put support area right here. So kind of like if we take this out, this could be a simple chart that we can use for today on ES. Anything to add there, Patrick?
Yeah, so I would say for the down move, it's also if we're getting the down move, we have no idea what's happened in the market when the market is open. No one can predict this. We can have only ideas. But I say draw the Fibonacci between the call resistance and put support. And then you have maybe an area where we have some reaction. And I think this could be very, very possible. If we get the down move, that we will stop there. This is something what I would add, but it looks good for me. Everything is good. And also, like what we were saying yesterday, have always in the mind what levels are in the pre-market in the play. So what levels are in the play? So call resistance, gamma was ZUDTE, call resistance ZUDTE. So that's a huge, strong resistance. Blind spot 1. Blind spot 1 is one of the is the strongest blind spot. When you want to learn more about blind spots, go to YouTube. We're having a really nice resource, but we have also our online courses now about the blind spots. So there's many stuff to learn. Educate yourself, make educated decisions. And on the top, GEX2, BL3, I think this could be also one of the target, and then you get really good prepared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then let's go now to QQQ. We are looking at pre-market actions. So here we have, again, our levels. So let's do the same exercise. We have this area right here. We are getting into the open. We have our core resistance, GEX4, and then we have two blind spots, BL1, BL2. So this is definitely an interesting area to look for. And then we have our clustering of GEX3, one-day max, core resistance right here. And then to the downside, we have our one-day minimum BL4, and then our JAX1.
And also draw the flip between the GEX2 and GEX1, and you will see something what is really magic. So what we're covering there, so we're covering exactly the top and the low from the days before. So it's also an area, a hidden area, where you can easily make visible with the Fibonacci principle. And also, this is the same principle. So what levels are in the play at the moment? So they become really, really important when the market is open. And get prepared for this. Set your alerts. So alerts is really, really, really powerful. Always set your alerts. We have the opportunity with our indicator how you can show this really quick, how you can set alerts on the indicator by himself on the levels. So it's really simple, and then you get notification.
Yeah. So to do that, you simply select the levels that you want to add. So let's say that I want to be alerted on everyone, or I just want to be alerted on all of them, but I don't want to be alerted on JAX1, JAX2 maybe. I just untick the level here, and then I would go and create an alert with a plus sign here. And then here we have our MenthorQ levels right here. And then you need to check the any alert function call, click on create, and then this one will pop up on your alert settings here very quickly. And the alert would be created.
Yeah. So this is something what I wouldn't do, because when we are in the market, so most of the time we are focused on our chart, we are in the tunnel. So it's good to have alerts around us who remind us when something is happening.
Yeah, so here we have our alerts. So when the market opens, if any of these levels are touched, then you get a pop-up or an email and you'd be alerted real time.
Yes.
All right. Let's go and look at some other interesting stuff. So this week we talked about blind spots, and I think this become very relevant when we look at assets like YM. So let's delete this for a second. So YM doesn't really have options activity. So there's not really a lot of options there. So therefore, it's hard to build gamma levels that are reliable using simple the future data. So what we do have is really our blind spot indicator by looking at correlated asset. And as you can see, this morning we had a nice consolidation around this level here, but then what we can also do is we can actually plot converted levels. So here we have the DIA, which is the ETF on Dow Jones, converted to Dow Jones levels. So we have, again, good consolidation around the gamma, core resistance, gamma wall, BL2. We have our BL1 right here for YM, and then we have our JAX2, and then to the downside, we have all this area here that is a big clustering. And to do that, very simple, come on the settings, click on the levels conversion from DIA to YM, use the auto ratio, or you can also use a manual ratio if you want, or a spread, and then the levels will be plotted. So very easy.
Yeah.
Next, we have 8 minutes. CLV. So let's look at CL. Okay, here we have both our blind spots levels, which are here, and our gamma levels. So as we can see, a lot of price action around this clustering area in the night. So the levels kind of played out kind of during this choppy session. Now we are at the core resistance, and we have some interesting areas from the high vol level to the core resistance here. So let's see if we can see a break. We have our core resistance right here. And then to the downside, we have our JAX2, BL9. And if you want to then build some areas in between, we can basically very easy do that with our gap filler using Fibonacci retracement. And there we go.
Yeah, and again, so we see it here really clearly on the crude oil futures. So where we're looking for. So first, we're looking most of the time for correlation to see how other assets are working. So blind spots delivering us the correlation. We were speaking about this in the session from the blind spots. So we're looking for high correlation, blind spots delivering this, and then we're looking for high concentration. Which areas have the most gamma levels and the most blind spots together? And this is something what we should map out, and we should really take attention on this, because this acting most of the time, not always, but most of the time, as strong magnets. So this is a potential target area where we can have as target or as a risk indicator. So very careful with this. This is a good principle where you can always remind yourself where we have the highest correlation, highest concentration. This is something where we should pay attention. Simple and easy.
Yeah, and I think, Patrick, we have the last 5 minutes. I want to leave with another kind of like insight. So if we go back to our website and we look at our screeners, so to access the screener, very simple, click on screeners. We're going to look at the highest change in JAX This is just one example on how you can use the screener. So we see that the story continues throughout the week. So if you missed our session yesterday and the day before, you can find them on YouTube. They are here under live. You can find all of them. But basically, we talked about the changing gamma on asset like SPY, SPX, QQQ. So the story continues today. We have a highest change in jacks. So this is from negative to positive. Additional positive jacks over these assets. So we have QQQ, we have Oracle, NVIDIA. And if we then go back to our bot, we can actually see that now we have shifted to a negative, positive gamma environment. So if we type in our QQQ, for example, and we open our matrix, Okay, so if we open the matrix, we can see basically the jacks change here. So from yesterday to today, we saw an increase in jacks. We can see that we are now in positive jacks here. So it's green. But if we scroll back to yesterday, the picture was a bit different. So we actually were in a negative gamma environment here. So this is the gamma levels, environment from yesterday, kind of negative on QQQ. We were also negative on SPY. So if we look at matrix and then we do SPY, we can see that again, we are positive gamma here. And if we go back to yesterday, we were in a kind of negative gamma environment. And if we go back to the day before, we can see how the color kind of is more red. So we see the gamma levels here, gamma exposure. And then again, going back another 2 days, we see the same picture. So always monitor the shift because that will affect the volatility of the asset. So now being on a positive, there's going to be probably less volatility that we can expect by knowing that. So again, if you're a trader, if you're selling spreads, it's a good information to have and being able to access that very quickly. All right. We have 3 minutes. Any question, guys? Then we have our alert here.
Oh, getting down.
Yeah.
I think if we get no question, there's something really cool also to look into it. Maybe you can open the options matrix again. Yeah, from the SPY, it's okay. And go to the bigger picture. So where we have now the highest call resistance, where we have the highest put support. So, and I was seeing that there is something with 600 on QQQ. This is really crazy. so they battle big. 615, 26, 12, 18, 615 call resistance. So, and this is something cool to see. So we are now at 480, and then look how this changed. We're going now in the area from 520, and then 550, 595, 615, but we see nothing below 420. So this is something where I'm looking into how the market is shifting from the call resistance in the bigger view. What is at the moment the highest one? What is at the moment the lowest one, where we are? So is there also some shift? And this is really cool also to look into it day by day to see if there's also some shift in the call resistance. Is there something really big happened? Battles, is there someone who battle on really big thing? And
yeah, and also look at, for example, the percent of jacks expiring. So we have the 920 expiration, which is the OPEX, 32%. We have 38% of DAX, 25% of open interest, and these are kind of like the levels for that expiration. So we have 480, put support 455. So yeah, always monitor that. We are almost there. We are almost at 480, I guess. All right, 1 minute till the open. Again, thank you guys for being with us. If you want to learn more about our models, you can find more information here. And then if you want to reach out to us and ask us questions, or if you have any doubts, any questions, please send us an email, info@mentorq.com. And we're going to have a session today on recap. So we're going to look at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to look at how the levels perform over the week, and then look at some best practices and answer any questions. So it's going to be a good one. I don't know if you have anything to add, Patrick.
Happy trading. Market is open.
You.
Simple and easy. Happy trading. Happy weekend. See you later. And yeah, so take care of you. Stay green. Stay positive. See you later, my friends.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.